to tell people that although we're not a cult, we describe these buildings as complex, the complex. And so our operations take place in this building, but it's also more than that. It's an idea about how learning happens. We think that learning happens best when it's collaborative and when you get to pursue your individual passions within a context of other people who are also individually impassioned. And so students come to this place so that they can have access to the resources of a university while also pursuing an individualized education. And what we ask is that everybody have a degree idea. We call that an emphasis. Everybody learns in the liberal arts. We call that breadth. And that everybody takes the opportunity to learn outside of a classroom through study abroad or internships or other experiences that aren't about earning credits in class. So just earlier today, I popped into the office of our operations manager to sign documents. Like half of my job is just approving things. And I love to do it. It means giving students resources, it means helping them travel, all of this kind of stuff. And I look at it and I supervise that and I enjoy that work. But there were students in there talking to the person who runs that office. And I had just had an interaction with my younger brother that I just was like rolling my eyes about. I was like, how can you be so incompetent and so well educated? And I was asking, these two students are both currently teaching classes in Johnston. And I was like, do you want to grow up to be teachers? And they were both kind of like, not really. After doing this, I don't want to do it. And I was like, well, I get that. My younger brother was a teacher, and that lasted like 2 weeks, and it's good to know what you suck at. One of my favorite things about community is that that's not anything that I would have ever taught in a classroom. And these students like don't take my seminars or whatever, but I just know who they are, and I know what they're up to, and we get to have these like small little interactions. And a big part of my day is just checking in with people as I see them. But the point is that you add all of those interactions up, and it feels like a lived-in experience rather than just a mathematical game that people are playing in order to get enough credits to get a degree. There's that part too, but my favorite part about community is the unplanned stuff. Yes. Oh my god. So I just really like house and techno music. I'm a little rave baby from the 90s, and then I moved to California. One day, like when I first got here, it's like my first year of professoring, my students heard music coming out of this room into the hallway, and they were like, you should DJ at a party for us. And this is back when our parties were like really big, and there was a stage and speakers and whatever, and I just was calling myself Tim because I didn't know any better. And one of my students, he was like, oh yeah, we made up a name for you. And I said, oh, okay, what is it? And it's PhDJ. Yeah, and it's because obviously I have a PhD and then it works.
I like community, the people that are involved, the opportunities, and also the freedom. There is a lot you can do here, a lot of different people you can meet, and no matter your interests and no matter who you are, there will be someone here who will probably be your best bud for a long time at least. There's so much expression, not only from people now attending the university, but people in the past through our murals. I think that's really well exemplified in Beacon Basement, in Holt, all throughout the buildings. There's something you can say, whoa, all right. And you can go and ask Girl Maggie or ask someone else like what they're working on, what other people, their emphasis were and stuff, and where they are now. And it's just enlightening to say, I can break free from what everyone says I should be doing and really pursue what I want to do the way I want to do it with people who are in my same mindset. As a desk sitter, I sit at this desk in the gym room or in Holt, and we are here because, of course, these are our inclusive community. This is where people in Johnston live. Therefore, we can't let anyone come in. But we can have community members. Community members are fun. But we have professors here. People who are not in Johnston are taking classes with those professors and may need to see their office hours or anything of the sort. So we're here to make sure that those people can come into the building and find those professors. Make sure that no strangers are coming into our spaces as well, and just kind of keep tabs on stuff. We'll see if repairs are being made or anything, anyone's scheduled to come in for certain things. that those things are getting done and community knows, hey, this problem, this issue, it's being worked on. Don't worry about it, sort of thing. My first language is Spanish. I learned English when I was a young child. I lived in Mexico for 8 years of my life. And therefore, the language barrier for myself and for my family has been something we've had to work through. And it's something that a lot of people have to work through. So that made its way a lot into my emphasis because I want to help other people in my position. And the storytelling aspect, as an only child who has had limited other people kind of like around me to play games and stuff, I got really involved with the stories that I'd see in video games specifically. And so knowing how to tell a story for people to really be able to connect with it and to really take it home and remember is something else that, aside from a language barrier, is what I want people to be able to enjoy in life and what I want to share with the world. At the University of Redlands currently, there isn't so much with translation at the moment. Working on hopefully doing something to change that in good old Johnston nature. However, there's also not too much about video games. Why I chose to be here, besides those things being there, it was close to home. I love the idea of being able to do something unconventional, especially as a first generation in my family. A lot of people still don't really understand what Johnston is really all about. But being able to have all sorts of classes that I believe are necessary based on my experience and what I can make sure to do out in the world was really the big thing. I don't have to go out there and have to pick 3 out of the list of 12 from the following. No, I want to be able to say I'm interested in sociology because I care about how people interact with the nature we already have of our culture, or other topics that are like conventionally you wouldn't really have the wide range of things that you can have in a Johnston major, which in reality with how the world is, you're not going to always be set on you need to take these set of classes that cover these topics. The world covers everything at any point, at every point. So I think you should be able to choose the things that you're going to be involved in, just like you can choose what websites you go on and stuff, because that is your life. Johnston gives me that freedom, that opportunity to do the things that I would like to do and to carve my own path into the world that I want to be in.
I feel like Johnston gives the people that come to this space, like, it gives them like a really unique opportunity to experience college in like an extremely different way, and like even experience college completely different from like the regular like College of Arts and Science students here. I like never would trade my experience here for anything else in the world, and like I feel so like fortunate and grateful that like I get to come to this institution and like be a part of this program. And I know like a lot of people from other colleges, or like even again like the regular College of Arts and Science students, they don't know anyone who lives in their building. They don't know anyone who lives on their floor. And I've been fortunate enough and like blessed to be able to like live on the floor with all of my friends, and like I know every single person in like every single dorm, or in every single like dorm room, and like we like keep our doors unlocked, and like I never once like felt like unsafe, or like ever once like felt like someone was gonna enter my room without my permission. And like it almost became like a culture shock to me when I would visit my friends in other dorms and like their rooms would be locked, because I never once had to do that here. Like it just like it's a different environment, and it's just very like comfortable and like safe. And I don't know, I just like really love like the sense of community that we were able to build and like foster here.
Johnston community, well, it's kind of this place that people can come to just if they need some sort of semblance of home or togetherness, where everyone is accepted. Like it doesn't matter what your background may be, both on like identity level but also an academic level. Just because, I mean, we're obviously a college campus, Johnston is its own academic program, but what really we pride ourselves in is the fact that like we can build this community regardless of if you are a Johnston academic student or not. People are allowed to just be here and exist and live their best life, I guess, is like the biggest thing. That, for one, when I was a student here, like drew me in, was just the fact that anyone was allowed to be here, no matter like who you were, and just immediately feel accepted. I think the other part of it is that everyone holds some sort of responsibility with keeping community together. Part of that is that we meet together on Tuesdays, like every single week, to talk with one another, and just go through the different discussions, the different topics that we need to debate about, not necessarily debate about, but any issues that we see arising both on campus or within our own two buildings and our own walls. Talk about it, make sure that we together can like find solutions, find middle grounds, find ways for all of us to continue to exist in like our own sort of cohesion and harmony. And that happens every single week without fail.
Welcome to Community Meeting. Every Tuesday, Johnston comes together in Holt Lobby to discuss issues, events, or anything else that they want to bring up. Let's go check it out. Mark, what do you think is going to happen at Community today?
Juicy drama. Everyone's gonna freak out. I got my snap.
Do you want to fight, Ella?
I mean, I can't say it might be entertaining.
Okay, awesome. Oh, we've got some stuff on the board. Who's gonna bring up what? Ferg, what's gonna happen at Community today?
Chaos. The world is gonna fall apart. Look at all these discussions. Do you see these discussions?
This is gonna, I don't know, this is gonna be crazy.
This is crazy.
Junie, what do you have to say about Community Meeting? Why are you avoiding the paparazzi?
She's very excited about
What have you been putting in your dog food lately? How do you feel about Bluey copying your life?
Gonna get started.
Why?
Alright.
Classic.
Jocelyn and Tim are not here. Alright, I'm Jocelyn and Tim.
Hi, Jocelyn and Tim.
And I'm here to tell you a few things. First thing, if you have yet to send me your receipts for the book fund award that you got, the sooner you give me your receipts, the sooner you get paid. If you are taking a class for a grade, no need to turn in a contract. Your choice. I'm sorry about it for you, but this is not a judgmental space. You do what you want, okay? If you're taking any Johnston course, you cannot take that class for a grade. But I want you all to know that I love you, that every day that we wake up is a good day, and that things are on fire, but your tears can put them out. You know what I'm saying? That